The time has come, my apprentice. Kill Bo and we shall rule the channel.
Yeah, okay. First off, don't tell me what to do, alright? Second, check your tone. Do you think you're better than me? Also, why am I the apprentice? I'm tired of you guys always pushing me around.
If you go now, I'll buy you as much Taco Bell as you want. Deal?
Done.
I see Aaron has you doing his dirty work.
I wouldn't say that. We're a team, 50-50. If anything, I'd say it's like 60% me.
He offered you Taco Bell, didn't he?
He did.
Of course.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
It's over, Aaron. I've got the high ground.
Good. Now the channel is ours to do with what we please.
Quick question. If Bo's dead, who's gonna do the animation?
Didn't really think that one through. I think I got an idea. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I am Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, along here with Teddy.
We're so fucked.
Long have I waited, and now you're coming together.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I am Bo Oliver, joined today by Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey. You're lucky.
Yeah, sorry about that.
A little banged up, but, feeling better.
Well,
Got that vibranium.
yeah, I mean, as long as we're
Trading with Wakanda. Yeah, the U.S.
all okay now, so that's all that matters.
You guys were already fine.
Well,
Let's get into the movie.
yes.
Talk about a franchise that's not okay. So, The Rise of Skywalker, the final movie in the Star Wars, I guess it's the Skywalker saga now.
Yeah, put that in quotations. Final.
Yeah, it's the third time. It's the third finale.
Yes.
For this franchise. So, a lot riding on it, a lot to tie up. Obviously, The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi were pretty much beloved by everybody. No complaints there, so
Yeah.
you have to really bring this home, JJ.
Yes.
Bring home your trilogy. No, obviously, we know all the polarization that's been surrounding this franchise. So, Rise of Skywalker, what'd you think, Aaron? Did they make everything okay?
I enjoyed this movie, but it's far from perfect. It's a very mixed bag where,
Mickey's got a lightsaber to your throat right now.
yeah,
Be careful.
it's like where The Last Jedi, I feel like it's a well-made movie, but a lot of the things that happened in the movie I didn't particularly like. And, I still enjoy that movie. But this one, it's kind of the opposite, where I enjoy some of the things they did, but it wasn't really made as well.
This movie was like the Taco Bell of the Star Wars franchise. On paper, sounds great.
Yeah.
Got all the big guns coming back, fan service, and while you're eating it, oh, this is great. But then you're done with it, you're like, that was kind of disgusting. Is this a disgusting movie? No, but it's definitely a mixed bag. It's all over the place, I think, with its pacing. It's very chaotic. And that's the trouble you're going to run into when you have two visions competing for one single vision. I don't know, it's a very strange movie to end off with.
It's like squeezing a whole 2 seasons worth of television into 6 episodes.
Right, yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Because it just hits the ground running. I mean, right away, the opening scene with Kylo.
Game of Thrones reference.
Trying to find Palpatine and bringing Palpatine back. I mean, that's the big guy coming back. What do you think about Palps?
It's something where it's obviously, I think the main problem is they didn't have a plan going into it. I think it would have helped if they would have established this a little bit earlier.
Right.
So they tried to squeeze us all right in the beginning. And the beginning, man, that was rough for me personally. I thought it was all over the place. It was rushed and
it was very rushed.
They just threw it at
like
you.
a cold opening.
This is what happens. This is what's going on here.
Here's Snoke in a clone tube.
Yeah, and it's like
I made Snoke.
Once it got to the Burning Man planet, that's when it kind of settled in a little and we got rolling a bit.
Right, yeah, they were at the festival.
Yeah.
Everybody's popping Molly.
Yeah.
Lando's there, just hanging out, enjoying retirement. The pacing, it does improve, and that was the best thing I think about The Force Awakens, is that the story feels, it starts and then it ends, and that's the mark of great pacing. This felt like a drag, and I don't even think it's the longest Star Wars movie. And that's what you want out of the finale. You want the big adventure. You want these characters finally together. Rey, Poe, Finn, all these great personalities that we've come to know and love, but they haven't been working together. And that's kind of, maybe that should have been 8, but they do that in 9. And their adventure, the first act to me is a mess, including the Kylo Ren stuff, but also the good guys. It was boring at times.
Yeah.
And when you're bored watching Star Wars, that's the prequels. Like, you watch Phantom Menace and you're like, fuck, this is boring. That's the worst thing a Star Wars movie could be.
But I think once it found its footing, it was enjoyable. But it got to the point where in my head, I'm like, okay, we don't have much time left. It's not going to hit everything that I think it should have. And
It definitely gets better as it keeps going.
yes.
The
but-
action gets better, the characters, the script gets better, it gets funnier as
Yeah.
it goes along, because there was some cheesy dialogue in the beginning.
But then I found it to be anticlimactic at the end.
Oh, it's
too.
very anticlimactic.
So there's a lot of things I can look back and enjoy, and when I go back to see it a second time, that's the same thing with The Last Jedi. Even though I didn't particularly love it, I didn't hate it, but there are some moments I like, some moments I don't, and that's kind of I think that's the story coming out of this one.
Yeah, I thought Kylo Ren, his performance, Adam Driver's performance in The Last Jedi was so good, and he was good in The Force Awakens as well. But he kind of takes a back seat. More of the focus is on Rey, which I also like, because she is the main character of the franchise. Kind of her trying to figure out who she is. What is her place in this story? And I don't think that this movie steps on the feet of The Last Jedi as much as people made it out.
Yeah, you would think that they like crucified Rian Johnson.
They were like, Rey, you're a Targaryen.
Yeah.
Your dad is All Might, and your mom is Ripley from Alien.
Get away from her, you bitch!
I mean, obviously there were some things that kind of didn't contradict, but they kind of retconned or changed. Stems back to having J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, and J.J. Abrams again.
Yeah,
I
they
don't-
make an effort, too. I think Kylo Ren was like, I never lied to you.
Yeah.
It's just from a certain perspective.
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Right, yeah.
Why'd you listen to me?
Yeah, I don't know, just bullshit.
Kylo
That's what I
Ren,
do.
I'm the bad guy.
Look at this stupid mask I have on.
But again, I think the strongest part of The Last Jedi was Kylo and Rey. And I think, again, they were my favorite parts of this movie. Because if you listen for a while, Kylo was one of my favorite characters in any Star Wars throughout the whole series. Maybe a little rushed again. Maybe some things could have been more developed. And if there was a through storyline that was on the same page, it could have been better. But I still very much liked him and Rey's character in this movie.
Yeah, and obviously his sacrifice at the end of the movie, Kylo Ren, spoiler, he's dead. And Reylo came true. I mean, that's going to be controversial, the fan service in this movie, beginning with Reylo. That's the biggest one. It always seemed like something that was so stupid that it couldn't happen, but you can understand why fans would want this to happen.
I got a little excited. I never was a Reylo until that moment.
I mean, if you're in that moment, it's like, yeah, you kiss the person that's right in front of you, right? I mean, you both survived. You're both attractive, right? You make the kiss. I thought it was going to be more of a he, like, gives her his life force. In a
Kinda
way,
did,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah, they did the Baby Yoda healing. Everybody's stealing Baby Yoda's moves.
I know.
That's crazy. Biting my little man.
So, yeah, I like those characters. Finn, again, I feel like they could have done his character better these past two movies. I really liked him in The Force Awakens, but he was just kind of, I think, reserved to be in, I need to save Rey, like every single time. It's like, all right, I mean, we get it. Rey is probably Poe called her the most powerful person they have, the best warrior. It just shows this is their friendship, and I guess
That
it's
you don't
nice.
understand love. Yeah.
I don't know, we get it. I think we got the point the first 18 times that happened.
Yeah, they do that a lot. I mean, his whole arc in this trilogy is Rey okay?
Yeah.
And he becomes more of a fighter here. Poe names him General.
Yeah, I mean, but, you know, worry about yourself sometimes, King.
The stuff that they used for Leia, I think it worked well.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a combination of maybe old footage and CGI. You know, they're not the leads anymore. The old three, Luke, Leia, Han. It's time for the new character. So the way that they positioned her as the antithesis of the Emperor, working in the shadows, everybody kind of has faith with her. Everyone has faith in her. And, you know, when she goes, it was emotional all over again. It was like losing Carrie Fisher again, but it was a very respectful send-off.
Yes, I don't think they did anything too egregious as far as fully like CGIing or anything like that. They made it work within the movie as best as they could. C-3PO, what a film for him. He was
And just
fantastic.
watching Empire, he's so funny in
Yeah.
Empire, and he was just as funny in this.
I feel like that was missing from the past two movies.
Yes.
And you're like, here you go, C-3PO.
Well, my favorite joke of the trilogy still is when he sees Han Solo, and he's like, I bet you didn't recognize me because of the red arm.
Yeah.
He's so ridiculous. That was cool. Yeah, the gang of C-3PO, Poe, BB-8, Finn, Rey, that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
That's what Star Wars was, you know, it's about the gang. It's about the unity between friends
Yes.
and that power. It's a simple theme, but Star Wars has always been a very simple franchise.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people forget that.
Every movie, it seems like the theme of hope and
Yes.
in this together and don't fight. People will come help.
Ian
to fight
McDiarmid
for
has been
freedom or
speaking the same lines of strike me down, your anger.
yes.
That's he's like, oh, I get $1 million again.
If you're throwing 100-mile-per-hour heat, why would you throw anything else?
That's it. He's the Garrett Cole of He's Verlander. He just gets better. You know what? I thought this was the only time that I've truly been afraid of Palpatine. Actually, you know what? In Revenge of the Sith, when he goes full Palps, he's good. The big good. The way that he was kind of mechanical and he had that giant machine holding him up. I thought the way that they used Palpatine, it was cool, but like you said, it was just thrown in there.
The
Why
lighting.
didn't they set this up?
The lighting in those sequences, every time they returned to that place, was pretty cool. It always seems like he was moving, but he wasn't, and there was like different shades, and I thought that was pretty neat.
Eczema?
Yep.
Exuma?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, Rey, Palpatine, predicted on this channel.
Yeah, well,
Not to brag.
it's funny. It's one of those things where, like Taco Bell, sounds good on paper, but then you have it, and I'm kind of wondering, do I like this?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to come back and order this again? Well, I'm interested to see. I mean, the way that it ends when she's got the yellow lightsaber, that pretty much hints at being somewhere in the middle.
A
Kind of
gray
being
Jedi.
well,
Did you predict that too on this channel?
I mean, it just feels so retconny, and this is a franchise that's always retconning. And now it's like they're retconning in real time. Like they're doing real-time retcons. If they would have set it up maybe differently, because it's just like, hey, I had a son, and now it's going to be like, buy the Palpatine son book, and buy the comic, and in the video game, they're going to tie it in. Who's he fucking?
Yeah. Who let old man Paps tear down their walls?
Pals, yeah.
Like, I never. Does he have a son? Who was it? Was it her dad? Like, who, what, when, where? I don't know.
Why?
I feel like that just maybe should have been established a little earlier because we had so much time to make predictions. It got to the point where if this happened, it's like, ugh. It's weird. It's kind of cool, but not, I don't know.
Yeah, pretty
you
much.
also spoiled it for me before the movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's
Well,
all right.
I had it spoiled for weeks now. Like the space battle at the end, his giant fleet. I liked the giant fleet. They seemed intimidating, and I
Yeah.
liked Richard E. Grant kind of taking over for Hux, being like, "Step aside, you little punk.
Oh.
I'm the Tarkin of this franchise."
I mean, Hux sucked last episode, and he still sucked. I hate Hux.
He's the worst.
I was watching Force Awakens before this, and I'm like, okay, that guy's a little scary.
Give a speech.
He gave a hell of a speech.
Not a bad general
Yeah.
in the beginning.
And we'll remember this as the last day of the Republic.
Yeah, the space battle I thought was also underwhelming. It looked great, but nothing cool was happening. Their missions within Rey, Rey fighting the Emperor, that's a big thing. But then what are the little side missions going on? And
Yeah, the horses and
the horses were cool, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe this movie made me like Return of the Jedi more because I always thought, why the first 40 minutes of Return of the Jedi a cartoon show?
Mhm.
But now I look back and I'm like, that was kind of fun. And then they gave you the
Yeah.
big battle at the end.
I think my favorite showdown, so to speak, was Kylo and Rey on the moon of Endor.
Yes, that was cool. Them on the ships.
Yeah, Kylo pretty much had her dead to rights until Leia kind of intertwined.
She
and,
poked him.
yeah,
Force poked him.
no, don't do
Don't.
it.
She's cool.
Yeah. So I was obviously, he caught Rey right when she was kind of, I guess, her mind is probably still all over the place, seeing that vision of her maybe getting pulled towards the dark side. And that was kind of a nice moment that after she stabbed Kylo was kind of like, what's going on here? Like Leia, this force that's kind of taught me the right way to be a Jedi is contacting me now. He kind of, she kind of sits back a little and
And the showdown between the Emperor, Kylo, and Rey, where at the end you hear all the voices, where she's channeling all the Jedi. That was cool. And also Leia, she trained to become
Yeah.
a Jedi. Something that was taken straight from Legends.
yeah.
Those special effects look great. Young Luke and Leia.
Mm-hmm. And
That
I
was
guess it
cool.
makes, for some people, it might make The Last Jedi, that whole sequence, a little bit easier to swallow. That she does have training with the Force, and so that wasn't just a, look what I can do. type
Yeah, it
deal.
wasn't just like an adrenaline force thing.
Yeah. Any of the new characters you liked? Babu Frick?
Boba Frick. I mean, if you're gonna
Living
give
legend?
he, it was weird that in the final Star Wars movie, he was the most memorable character. He stole the show from everybody.
And Baby Yoda, he's on the hot seat. Babu Frick's coming for that throne.
Yeah, you think so?
I love him.
Well, that's why you're off the Mando reviews.
Yeah, and Kerry Russell's character. Didn't see Matt Smith's. I don't know. That might have missed that one.
Who's the Hobbit?
Dominic Monaghan. He was
Right,
He was
yes.
around. Rose took a back seat this one.
Right. Yeah, I kind of wanted her to go on the big adventure. I was like, come on, Rose, go with them.
She did. She was on the big adventure.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah. And Richard E. Grant, like you said, he was a nice fill-in for that kind of general type Tarkin character.
And Naomi Aki as Janna.
Yes.
She was a great character.
Yeah, she wasn't on the screen for long, but I think her connection with Finn was pretty cool. The whole stormtrooper Finn, force sensitive.
Right,
all those stormtroopers are probably. That's an interesting wrinkle. The stormtroopers that all realized what they were doing was wrong had some kind of force sensitivity, it seems. So they might be the new incarnation of the Jedi Order.
Yeah, moving forward. I mean, there are characters within this film, especially the new characters, that we are going to see pop up in other shows and movies. They recently said they weren't. They will.
Mm-hmm.
Once that, that Pacific Rim 2 money starts running low and, Oscar Isaac's not getting leads in movies anymore, Daisy Ridley, they'll come back. Alright guys, well, that's it for us. Let us know what you thought about The Rise of Skywalker in the comment section below. I'm sure it's going to be very mild-mannered and civil down there. And before we go, we would like to thank our sponsor for this video, NordVPN. Right now, you can visit nord.com/nerdsoup or use coupon NERDSOUP for a special holiday deal. Get a 3-year plan with 81% off, plus 2 gifts, 4 extra months of Nord for free, and the NordPass password manager app. NordVPN is a VPN service that allows you to protect your online information. The internet can be like the Wild West, anonymous hackers trying to steal your sensitive information. So instead of using the internet on a public network, Nord gives you access to their virtual private networks. This allows Nord to hide and protect your IP address, banking information, and private passwords from those who are looking to steal it. Nord is available on both iOS and Android devices. It is compatible with most operating systems, including Windows and Mac OS, and you can run up to 6 simultaneous connections on all of your devices: laptop, phone, tablet, desktop. Everything is secure with Nord. And remember, visit nord.com/nerdsoup or use coupon NERDSOUP for a special holiday deal. A 3-year plan with 81% off. Plus, like we said before, 2 gifts, 4 extra months of Nord for free, and the NordPass password manager app. Valued at almost $200, NordPass is an efficient and safe way to keep track of all of your passwords. So, don't waste this holiday opportunity to protect your online identity. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video, and of course we would like to thank our Patreon supporters. Without you guys, Nerd Soup wouldn't be Nerd Soup. Seriously, your support is what keeps the fridge full, so thank you once again for your support. If you are interested in supporting Nerd Soup through Patreon, visit our page and check out the different rewards we offer to our fans. If not, then no problem. We appreciate anyone who takes time from their day to watch our videos. So thank you to each and every one of you out there watching, and remember to like and share this video. And hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like it. Or don't.